Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we're going to talk about this controversial issue 163 variant. It looks awesome. 9 out of 10 fans are going to want to get it. Only 1 out of 10 of you will. Why? Because you're being punished. Listen, let me just start this by saying, when fans heard this was going to be a really rare variant and you couldn't simply call your comic book shop and reserve a copy for yourself, a lot of them messaged me back and said, hey, listen, Ronnie, if you're having a hard time getting this, we got you. You got it. So luckily, because of my platform, I'm not going to have to put in any effort to get this. At least the color one. I told everyone, don't you dare even try getting me the black and white. That's too expensive. I'll fucking slap you. So let me just say, for those who don't have a voice, hopefully this can be some type of a voice, because bottom line, I disagree with the decision here. Overall, I absolutely 100% disagree with both of these being a rare variant because of the art, not because they're variants. Variants are fine. I love variants. But let's get into the facts, because we got a lot of fans who want to hear the facts and get out of here. So the facts are, first thing, if you are going to decide whether or not you're going to buy this online or call your local comic book shop and order it for $50 for color, $125 for the black and white, you need to do it today by midnight, because this is when they close the orders as far as comic book shops. So I don't know if the people online are going to close their orders as well, so definitely do it by today. Now, the first thing that got me furious is the fact that I have to make a follow-up video. It's ridiculous that they were not transparent in their main article, and I don't think that's them being shady, because I did a little research, and on Twitter, Sean Kirkman advertised it openly. Yes, you do need to buy 200 issues to get one variant of color. You need to buy 500 issues to get one variant of the black and white. They are retailer variants to create incentive to get more orders, to inflate their numbers pretty much. Normal variants, yeah, that's, the nature of the beast, and we'll get into the difference between variants, but this I completely disagree with. Now, let's state the facts for those who just want the information. Yes, the variant cover, you cannot simply call and order it. You have to jump through hoops, depending on how lucky you are, and depending on either maybe you are friendly with your shop, maybe you are near a big shop, but unfortunately there's dozens and maybe hundreds of you that do not live near a big comic book shop, and you're asked out. You will be paying anywhere from $50 on the regular to $125 for the black and white. 50 for color, $125 for the black and white. Some fans are even buying 200 of the issue. They're getting 200 regular issues for 163 in order to get the color variant for free. I've even heard fans saying that comic shops have told them they can't get the variant even if they do buy the 200, because that's something for the shop. I feel like it's like Skybound and Imager saying, hey, we're doing something nice, but it's the comic shops who are being the big meanies. I think that is putting the blame somewhere else instead of just owning up to it. Say, yeah, we want to bait the fans and get more sales numbers. It's business, kids, you know what I mean? I feel like that would have been a lot better instead of just simply saying, it's on the comic book shops. We made something special, but it's up to the comic book shops whether they want you to bend over or get on your knees. So back to the facts. Yes, depending on where you live, depending on if it's a big area or not, that's going to determine how many of these copies. If you're in a small area, there's no hope. You gotta go to eBay. Now, with that said, I did do some research quick, and I seen there's a couple eBay sellers selling the color for $30. No gimmicks, no bullshit. $30, they'll give you the variant, and they'll give you a free issue 163. Now, this does add to some of my criticism that, why didn't Skybound just sell it on their website? Listen, they sold this on their website a couple years ago. I bought this variant for $10 off the Skybound website. They could have sold the Rick color and black and white, $40 for both. But again, it leads me to believe that they don't care about giving something to the fans as a reward. They would rather punish them in order to increase their numbers. It's artificially inflating their numbers. And again, yes, this is common. This happens all the time with retailer incentives, and I agree with them. I agree with retailer incentive variants, absolutely. I have one right here that I absolutely agree on. I think this was a great idea to raise the incentive for fans to buy, but I disagree with not doing one that has an affordable alternative. They had the original cover was in color. You could buy it for $3. That is a reasonable, affordable alternative. If you are not a completist, if you are not into the rarer comics, you don't have to worry about getting the black and white. It's no big deal, you know. But when it comes to this one specifically, I put the blame on the art. You know what I mean? And we'll get into that in a second. Now we're going to transition over into some of my rants and some of my thoughts and opinions, and we'll finish out the video. But for those who just want the facts, yes, this is a ultra rare, you know, retailer incentive variant. You can't easily grab it. I do highly suggest you go to eBay if you really want it. Try to get it. Now here's one thing I will put a warning. A lot of times people will overcharge for some of these comics, and if you wait in 6 months, you might actually be able to get these for a lot cheaper than what they go for right now. When it's hot, when it's new, it's always a lot more expensive. So if you want to take that risk, definitely wait it out. You might honestly get a really good deal in a couple months. But again, that's part of the risk because it might actually hold in value, rise in value. So play the game however you see fit. But right now, that's what it is. Call your comic book shop. See what they can do for you. See if you're in a big area. See if they have extras. Check eBay. Do all that before, because I'll tell you right now, I got a number of people that confirmed they ordered the color for $30 and the black and white for $60. Go and check out those prices. Maybe you won't have your wallet raped as bad. So those are the facts. If I missed anything as far as the specifics, I'll try to put them in the comment box down below. Now let's move over to the variants and why this is nothing new, but it is. When it comes to variants, this is a variant of black and white. It's not a retailer variant, but this is to show you that there are, or they always have been, alternative options instead of buying the rare, more expensive issues. The original comic was colored, you know what I mean? Here's another one. I believe this variant, if they would have sold this as a super rare variant, this would have been extremely unfair to the fans who have been supporting, especially since the first issue. A lot of those fans supporting for a decade, and you're going to make them jump through hoops to get this issue? No, that doesn't make any sense. And this wasn't a rare issue to get. This was a regular variant. You went to your comic book shop and you paid $3. This is where my opinion lies. It's not about it being just a variant. It's about what image is on it, what artist is doing the image, what kind of artwork, what message you're sending. That's where I see it, and I know that gets a little gray because some fans don't care about Negan. They don't even like Rick. So this variant cover, they don't care about. And that's well and good, but I feel like you have a story like The Walking Dead, which Rick is the main character. Negan is one of the most popular, if not the most popular villain, the most liked villain. He is the cash cow of the comic right now. That is why it feels like baiting, because you take a character who is the cash cow, which is Negan, you slap his outfit onto Rick, which is the main character, but also the fans have been asking for years for a stronger Rick. So they combine all that in order to bait the fans to inflate their numbers. That's what it looks like. If that is not the case, then I take it back and I apologize. So this was dropped out of the blue, and it makes me wonder, is this because the Whisperer War was incredibly disappointing to a lot of fans? I supported the Whisperer War finale, the last issue. A lot of fans thought that it wasn't enough war. There's still more war raging, so why was this the last, part of the war? I supported it for multiple reasons. I talked about that, but now I'm wondering, was this a last-minute effort to make up for the 25-cent an issue? And I have to say, I have some strong opinions on that, and I'm probably going to piss off Image and Skybound right now. We probably will not have a good relationship after I say this, but this is how I feel, and I can't escape it, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. If Image Comics said, hey, you know what, let's do this gimmick where we say, here, we love you so much, we're going to sell you 25-cent issues, and then they turned around and baited fans with this expensive issue, so that way they know fans would jump on it, and because of the imagery, obviously, and this will inflate their numbers somewhat. And again, I don't even know how that works as far as 25-cent issues. That seems like a loss anyway. What does that do? Do they have some kind of big deal coming up where Skybound's like, okay, well, we need a loan from the bank to, build our business. We need our numbers to look better than they ever been. I know. Let's invest some money. Let's make 25-cent issues, and then let's bait them with this really awesome image on this comic. We know fans are going to go nuts for it, and they did. And this way, our numbers will look look astonishing. Was that the gimmick? And if that was the case, if anything like that was the case, then go fuck yourselves and just sell it for $3. I don't give a shit about the 25-cent issue. Listen, it was nice, thank you, but I would rather pay the $3 for the regular issue. I'll even pay $10 for the variant issue. And then if you want to do a retailer incentive, do the black and white one. Go ahead. We wouldn't even be having this conversation if the black and white one was the expensive one, because like every other fucking retailer variant before it, the black and white one would have an affordable alternative, which would be the color variant right here. Now, this is all how it looks. Again, if there's something at play here that I am not aware of, if there's something else going on, then sure, okay, I'm sorry, and we blew this out of proportion. But from what I see, I did a video telling fans what Skybound told us. Go tell your comic shop to order these two variants. Fans did. And then they turned around to me, flooding my inbox saying, Ronnie, why is my shop charging me $120? Why is my shop charging me $150? Why is my shop saying I have to buy 200 issues of the regular comic at 25 cents an issue? What the hell is that all about? And then I look into it and find out that the original article was not transparent, and then I find out that they put an image to bait the fans instead of rewarding fans. And that is honestly what I see when I look at this issue. Fans who have been supporting The Walking Dead and making everyone at The Walking Dead rich, every single one of them should get some type of small reward for that support, not a punishment. I feel like making both of these the retailer variants, that is a punishment to some degree. I feel like the black and white one should have been the expensive, the extremely rare retailer variant. And maybe if they want to correct this, just sell the fucking issues on your website at Skybound. Why not? I don't know, but a lot of questions, and I do want to keep this open. I know I talked about my opinions about the different variants. This is a discussion. It is a debate to continue on. That is more than just The Walking Dead. It's more than just Skybound. It's more than just Image Comics. If you want to debate this further down in the comment box, go ahead and do that, because when I did just a little bit of research on variants, I found some interesting things. I found some comic book creators, some comic book fans, longtime comic book fans, that don't like variants altogether. A lot of them, I see DC and Marvel coming up as using variants way too often. It's with almost every single release they put out. And I tell you what, I understand when some of them say, that's too much. Just saying this is only business, there's no reason discussing this or debating this, I'm sorry, but that is just an old way of thinking. You're just thinking about it all wrong. The shit that fans are complaining about today will control what businesses do tomorrow, because word of mouth is spreading, and it is doing something very interesting right now. It might not change overnight, definitely not, but it's definitely going to deviate. It will definitely change in some way. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about this topic. Go ahead and leave them all down in those comment box down below. I will say, before I end this, I could tell someone to go fuck themselves, fuck you, you're a dick, this is dumb, you're stupid, your idea is ass, and I don't hate them. So I don't hate Skybound. I don't hate Image Comics. I truly respect and love that Image Comics is there. If I could choose between them being, you know, the company they are and not existing altogether, I would always fully support them as being a company. It doesn't mean I have to agree with all their decisions. I love the fact that Image Comics is there. I only read Image Comics. I gave up on DC and Marvel and their storytelling and their gimmicks a long time ago. But if Image and Skybound go down that road, I'll give up on them too. Thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.